Alright, so picking up where we left off, last time we had changed the front suspension components. As y'all know, in the last few videos we talked about them leaking. I got the rear ones out. You can see obviously this shock was leaking on the ground here, but I got the rear ones out. In the last video I wound up having to go, wasn't expecting to leave, so had to cut the video a little short. But I have that car there is sitting with WD-40 hitting the back suspension component. They're rusted as crap, so it's hard as hell to get it off. We got some parts. Oh my god, I just locked the whole fucking car. Does anybody else just have a beater that they love? I don't think you're supposed to love a beater, but like for example, okay, unlock. Jesus Christ. All right, so we got some parts, got rotors, trans cooler, oil filter, and all that good stuff, brake pads. So go ahead and get this in the shop and get started. I think I want to start with the easy stuff. I want to change the oil first. So we're going to change the oil. Go ahead and grab the drain pan. Let's see. I keep all my drain pans back here in good storage. Make sure they stay clean. Hey, look at this. Usually, you got a whole bunch of oil residue in a drain pan, right? Well, you leave it outside, let the rodents lick it clean. It's nearly brand new. I mean, damn. So we're gonna go ahead and drain the oil in this thing and see what it looks like. It's been sitting, like I said, for 11 to 12 years. Started up the other day. Probably shouldn't have ran it like we did, but we're gonna go ahead and change the oil on it and see what it looks like. I'm not gonna get no oil on my fingers. Oh, yeah, too fast. Fast as fuck, boy. Alright. Draining out there. Not too hard of a stream, but it's a stream nonetheless. And if you're curious, the oil filter is right here in the worst spot possible. Like it's very hard to get to. Not very hard to get to, but a pain in the butt. So we'll try to go ahead and break it loose. Worm our arm through there. I sometimes wonder what manufacturers think when they put stuff in certain places. Like for example, this oil filter that I surprisingly broke loose after sitting for a long time. Now, trick is with the new oil filter, always make sure you lube it. Nah, I'm just kidding, I got some oil in there. Demonetize. You gotta be monetized first. That's the trick. You can make jokes like this when you're not monetized. Pretty much tomorrow I'll be monetized though. I only got like, shit, 990 followers I have to get. Oil filter installed. Pretty much a professional mechanic. All right. Are you curious what this oil looks like? Because I am. Let's see. That actually don't look too bad, believe it or not. Shout out to my buddy Daniel, left his shirt over here probably about 6 months ago. I've been using it as a creeper. One day I'm gonna be able to afford a creeper, so. But Daniel, thanks bro. Anyway, the oil looks pretty good. Don't look like there's, it smells horrible. It smells absolutely horrible. Imagine it smelling like varnished fuel and then crap in it. That's exactly what it smells like. So we'll go ahead and fill it up with oil and go from there. See if we can do it. If the shoe fits. I should be a bartender. I know I have another calling out there. I think bartending is it. The other trick I was going to try was a dipstick trick, where you pour it down the dipstick, but I can pretty much guarantee you if I can do this first try, I can do about anything, so we're just going to say I can do that as well. See what that looks like on the old dipperoonie. Now I did get a short throw dipstick for this car, so might not read 100% accurate. See that? Nothing? Watch this. Perfect on the first try. Oh, look at that. On the first try, dude. I should go buy a lottery ticket. much better than that. Oil change complete. Go ahead and start it up, which hadn't been started since the last video, so let's see what happens here. Now I got to tighten my clamp here, so what I'm gonna do is just push it down and turn it, get it a little bit tighter. Should be good. All right. See if she chooches to life. What do you think? Lights, cameras, action. Oh, lights, camera, action. What the fuck is going on? Take one. First try. Lights, camera, lights, camera. Let me torque this battery cable down. Yeah, heard some clicking that time. All right, first try. Take one. I have a revelation. There's no way something's wrong with the car. Obviously it starts, so I'll grab something out of here. It's a jump pack. Oh, it's a power inverter, never mind. I don't know what's going on. Try to start it. And I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Well, to kind of tell you what I did, got the power probe hooked up. I checked power going to the starter. I had 12 volts and a good ground. I sent 12 volts to the signal wire on the starter, which is way the fuck down there. You can barely see it. Way down there, and the thing bumped over. So now it wants to start. So first take. Hey, yeah. A little bit of smoke is normal. Yeehaw! I did notice just now the oil pressure gauge either is not working or has no oil pressure. So, oh, that's not good. That's all of them. Get them on a little paw. All right. Alrighty. I'm pretty much doing the same thing on the other side. Just replacing the rotor. And there's the finished product, y'all. All right, so we got the rotor on. It's final product. We gotta compress the caliper down a little bit, put new pads in it. Hopefully these things don't leak, but if they do, we'll just replace them or have to get them rebuilt somewhere. I could not get a hold of the calipers. The parts store said they could order them, but they couldn't. So I do have my caliper pressure tool right here. They're called the PWZ2s. Can't get better than these things. Some things back in. Look at that. With ease. Oh, fuck, it's leaking. So this caliper is a no-go. Might as well not even mess with it right now. Okay, well, we're gonna hop on the next side. As you can see now we're on the rear. Got the front done. You can see the rear is kind of hanging down here because we got those shocks out. In the other car, we sprayed the shocks with WD-40, but they're just so rusted. All the hardware is just kind of stuck in place. I'm gonna let it soak, but go ahead and place the rotors and pads back here as well. It's crazy to think that, you know, 1988, 87, somebody's driving this thing around brand new. Like I said, I'm not really too worried about these calipers. So I'm a little rough with them, but it's just because I'm going to replace them. Maybe not replace them, probably rebuild them, depending on if I can find somebody to rebuild them or not. So what kind of pads were left? Oh, none, how nice. Just the backing plate. Not even no pads left. You can tell whoever had this car really cared about it before. All right, so the back rotors, they actually have a Phillips head screw. Right, let's see, of course it won't turn, but it's right here, a Phillips head screw. The tool to have is the impact driver set for like Phillips head, flathead, and all that stuff. Let's see if we can get it off real quick. Let's see what fits best. I'd say that one right there. Put it on there and just hit it with a hammer. Pretty easy. Oh, wrong way. And you just unscrew it. Essential for older cars like this, where they're rusted and all that stuff. Just like that, she's off. And believe it or not, the only thing you gotta do to put it back together is reverse of what I just did. Like so. And start your screw back. All right, the rotor is now installed. And we just put the caliper mounting bracket back on, new pads. We gotta wait for the calipers to get rebuilt, but when they get rebuilt, and I get brake lines, we'll have a full brake system. Pow! Waiting on the caliper now, which we got the caliper bolts right here. And that's it. We'll go ahead and do the other side, and looking pretty good. All right, well in closing, got a few things installed. We got that trans cooler installed right here. Need more hose. It's just not long enough, but it's installed on the charged air cooler. As you can tell, the original mounts, they mounted on the bottom right here, right there, and right there. Obviously, they don't sell the original no more. So I got aftermarket, so I had to mount it right there, but I got it mounted, got the rotors on, got the pads on. I gotta get the calipers rebuilt, the brake lines redone. Once I get those done, just pretty much tires. Tires get put on, we're looking at kind of shaking down the car and getting it on the road. So, thank you all for watching.